All right, so what I'm going to do now is use my perfect squares to be able to fold a perfect 90-degree angle on a card. So if you've got some cardstock and you want to get a perfect 90-degree angle, all I'm going to do is, remember there's this measuring tool along the bottom here. This is an 11-inch piece of paper, so I'm going to take this measuring tool and I'm just going to slide this along until I've got 5.5 inches there. And I'm using the lip. I'm bumping the lip. Remember that little lip that's on the bottom? I'm using that lip, the same catch system that we've got on the perfect layers. And all I'm doing is I'm bumping against the bottom. So now I have exactly 5.5 inches. And I'm going to use, you could use just anything you want. I've just got a crease folder. And I'm just going to run this down. Now, you can do that a couple times. You can use whatever implement you want. What it does is it creates a crease. So now I have a perfect fold. Now, if I got a little over exuberant and I didn't quite fold it right, and let's just say I'm going to really sort of gum this up. I'm going to actually purposely make it off angle. You ever have a bad card day where you creased it right, like what we did with our perfect squares, but when you folded it over, you didn't quite line it up the way you should have. So what you can do is you can use the perfect squares to fix that. And that is the fourth thing that you can do with the perfect layers, or perfect squares, sorry. So again, this catch lip, what we're going to want to do is find one straight angle. So I'm going to use the top of the card as a straight angle. So now I'm just going to use this to be able to straighten out my card. So there's one faux pas edge that I had. And I'm going to actually do, so what I did this side and I straightened it. So now I'm going to use my flat edge that I created here to straighten the card along the bottom. And there's holes inside here, so the holes allow you to hold the project and hold the perfect square at the same time. Again, just use a nice sharp knife, and all we're going to do is just straighten that out. Did I get that all the way? Yes, I did. Look at that. So now I've got another straight edge, and just so I can finish up that last little bit, again, hook the perfect square onto the bottom, and all I'm going to do is just hold that and the perfect square at the same time. And voila, I fixed my misaligned card in a couple seconds. And you can use this if you want to cut down a card. Say, you know what, that's just too big of a card. I'm going to make the card a little bit smaller. So I'm going to crop down my card. And again, you always get this perfect 90-degree angle. Excellent for card making. So that is number 4. Last but not least, and always kind of fun, is the little circles. They're actually great little die cuts if you need for a circle. You know, you want to put something somewhere, you can use this as a template to trace if you want, or sometimes you want rounded edges. So I find just being able to use the square to mark them off is a great way to be able to then go and cut your edges. I just did that in pencil, but I think you get the basics. So use it for cropping your photos. Okay, you can use it for squaring off just about any cardstock. You can use it for creating creases, perfect 90-degree angles on your cards, for correcting any off angles on your cards. And last but not least, these are great little circle templates. 5 things, 5, using the perfect squares.